All right, our next question deals with medical liens. You know, the question comes from Monet, and she wants to know, what are medical liens and how could they affect my case? I was in a very minor car accident and I was hurt with only a few scraps and bruises, but I have only one medical bill and I feel like I can handle it on my own. So I guess we should begin with what is a medical lien? I've never heard of that.
Well, Morgan, Daddy, did you want to?
No, go ahead, Kate.
This falls under subrogation. You'll hear that term a lot, subrogation. It's when an insurance company or a medical provider pay for your care when you've been in a personal injury accident. And they oftentimes have a right to be reimbursed for what they have provided you. And a lot of times their liens will take priority to your settlement proceeds over yours. So it's always good to go ask a lawyer to look at it and see, is it a valid lien? Is it a federal funded ERISA lien? To make sure that you are not going to get into trouble when you get settlement and walk away with it.
Okay.
Carl? Kate's absolutely right. I mean, the lien comes into play when there is a third party who is liable for the injury which caused the patient to have to be treated. The patient, or the plaintiff in that case, has gotten the benefit of the medical care and treatment. The provider, the doctor or the hospital, has a right to be paid for the services that they provided to the patient. Now, in the real world, oftentimes the medical bills are excessive and there's just not enough to go around. But in those cases, usually the lien holder will be willing to negotiate the lien. In other words, they don't get a dollar for a dollar. You may be able to talk them into getting 50 cents on the dollar. There have been cases where there was limited funds against which we could recover, and most contingent fee contracts are based on a third to the lawyer, where we have gotten the hospital to agree that it will, of whatever the recovery is, it will take a third, the lawyer will get a third, and the client will get a third. And those kind of cases are worked out that way when there is inadequate coverage.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. And perhaps that will help Monet out just a little bit in their journey as they go on. Listen, I am Morgan Dukes.
In order for her to get that, she doesn't have to go and get a lawyer. But I think she said in the question, since there weren't that many medical bills and she didn't have that much property damage, that she could take care of it herself. So yes, certainly she can do that. It's kind of like damage to your car. You know, if it's just minor, you might want to pay for it yourself rather than making a claim on your insurance policy.
Okay.
A lot of things she should talk to a lawyer about.
Okay. And now, having said that, talking to a lawyer, you all offer free consultations, right, at Reynolds Horne and Savant, if someone wants to give you a call. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned that. If you have legal problems, feel free to give us a call, because we have said so many times that we may not do the kind of law practice that your particular case is involved with, but we get a lot of calls, especially from clients who we've represented before, on matters that are outside of our practice. We're always happy to talk with those people, to give them a consult over the phone, and to refer them to a lawyer who will take care of whatever problem they have. So yes, we do that quite often.